Yes, 348 Tennessee. Yeah, we got a copy on you. Yeah, we're talking on a Cobra 142. How's it making it?
Oh, it's crystal clear. It sounds real good over here, man. I'd take the knobs off of it so you didn't tempted to monkey with it anymore.
Hey guys, it's Bruce over here at Be Cool Radios. Yeah, we're still working on the Teaberry. We're going to give you a quick look. It's not 100% done, but this one's a beaut. What do you think of that? So today we're going to go over the PLL mod on a 142 chassis and some of the misinformation that you might see on the web about these. Stay tuned. We'll get into it real quick. But these are all of you, for all of you that got the 11.1125 crystal. Yeah, you do not have to change that crystal. It's not mandatory. Yeah, you'll see on the web a lot of people will say, hey, change out this crystal because this crystal will only give you the low channels. And that's true on the simple mods, but I'm going to show you a trick. And we'll post this on the web. Make sure everybody understands. Alright, stand by here. We'll get into it. Yeah, this Teaberry's turned out really good. What do you think of that? Check this out. I even got light behind it. You don't see any light bleeding through that counter, do you? And check this out when I turn it off. That's called the custom blackout look. See, I got that light way in there. There's no light coming through there. Yeah, that's some of the Be Cool Radios special touches we put on these. I don't just slap a counter in there, cut holes and shit. I try to make it look stock, like it was built that way. And when you turn it on, there you go, 27405. And let's turn this down a bit. I took out the headphone jack because if you really need a headphone, you can use the back speaker jack. But I put the extra channels right here. I don't like to drill any holes in these radios and gummy this beautiful radio up. Look how beautiful that is. So we put it right here. So I installed a 6-position switch and it goes up to channel 28045 and down to channel 26485. So it goes low and it goes high. We'll show you how that works. Okay. Yep. That's where it tops out. It kind of loses it up there, you know. Really, CBers kind of try to stay below 28 megahertz for the most part. Alright, so let's cover that. This Teaberry stalker is like a Cobra 142, unit in Washington, and a host of other CB radios by Radio Shack and all kinds of them. It uses the MB8719 PLL chip, same as the Cobra 148, and these have the same sideband performance. But yet, when you look at the differences, the Cobra 148, you'll see a lot of information on the web about how to get extra channels out of that. Because here's where the big key difference is. Okay, we're going to show you a crystal out of a 148. Alright, let's see if that's in there. 11.325. And the one out of the Cobra 142 is 11.1125. So what happens is, when you do the mod for the 148 on a Cobra 142, it gives you low channels. Because you see, this is lower. So there's a lot of misinformation on the web about which mod to use. Most people will tell you, just pull this crystal out, stick this crystal in, and then mod it like a 148. Well, that's really not true. And I'm going to show you this picture here, because it's kind of lost on the web, and it doesn't really explain what this is. But this is for the MB8719 with the 11.1125 stock crystals in a Cobra 142. And you don't have to replace any crystals. And the key here is they tap into pin 17. Kind of a unique mod. You have to cut it here, you have to cut it here, and you're basically putting a switch here and a switch there. And yeah, you can see it's 6-position switch, and they use some jumpers between 1, 2, and 5, 3 and 5, and 3 and 4. So pretty straightforward, really. And this will give you coverage from 28 to 26 megahertz. So let's look into this a little bit. First of all, you have to have a 6-position switch, and I'll show you how I installed this one. Let's see how unplug this guy. There we go. Okay. So there's my switch back here. Let's see if I can see that. Hey, you see that switch in there? That's a 6-position switch. I got 6 wires that are coming up here from the switch. And then they're just soldered to the PLL like that. Now this particular PLL, I've seen this before. This last pin 10, which is ground, there's no pin there. They grounded it from the top side. So I don't see that very often. Most of the Cobras, they just put a ground right through the pin. But I think they were trying to stop people from monkeying with these, so they removed that pin from the ground and grounded it on the top side. But for the most part, you isolate pin 10 and pin 8 by putting a little X-Acto cut in there, and then you just switch it between those two. Nothing crazy here. Anyway, I don't recommend doing PLL mods if you're not comfortable or know what you're doing. But you know, skip is pretty strong, and us CBers like to get a little upper channels, shoot some skip. So that's why I decided to post this info right here. How to get high and low channels on a Cobra 142 using the stock 11.1125 crystal. No need to change that crystal. Awesome. Let's put this guy back down. Yeah, you can see this this radio is really in awesome shape. Check out the back panel. Yeah, it's got some dust on there right now, but there's no rust and crazy stuff. This is a 45-year-old radio, built in the early 80s, I believe. It's turning out really good. I got a little bit more work to do. I gotta change this power supply capacitor, and I'm gonna put a variable RF output on this, and I'll make a video about that too. Seems like everybody these days wants to run their CBs about 1 or 2 watts for a big old lamp and see massive forward swing, and that's what these do. You turn them down to 1 or 2 watts and they get some awesome audio. Alright, 73s. This is Bruce. What do you think of these radios, huh? Pretty cool stuff. Adjustable sideband, extra channels, 28, 26 megahertz now. And the stalker radios. You just don't see these, right? Especially with a silver paint still immaculate. Usually they're all chipped up, smudged, and people's fingers oils will smear this over too much time. So yeah, it's really nice to see one in such good shape. So we'll wrap up this Teaberry, we'll get it done, and then we'll get hopefully a home for this. Yeah, I'm thinking about, you know, what is it worth on eBay at least? Probably about 400 bucks. Which might be steep for some folks, I understand, but you know, eBay, they take about 15% off the top of my sale, right? They make more money than I do, since I buy my radios on eBay to begin with. So, yeah. That's why I gotta get the prices up. Because, you know, the bottom line is the bottom line, right? Alright, 73s. This is Bruce in Seattle. Yeah, check out this Robin. Had a clarifier on the mic. So you pull this out and the clarifier on the microphone would work. Yeah, I guess that works. That's kind of a different feature, right? There we go. This is Bruce in Seattle. 73s.